All right, welcome back everybody to KnowItAllDM Entertainment. I'm KnowItAllDM. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great. Playing, well, Empyrion Galactic Survival, as always. But right now, I am going to be starting a playthrough. Whether I continue the playthrough or not depends on you guys. So if you want to see this, well, after you know what it is and all, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe as well. And yeah, so what we've got is I'm going to be playing REFORGED EDEN. Now this is a huge scenario, and by that I mean it's a combination of two major scenarios: ReForged Galaxy and Project Eden. And these two have a fantastic team of people working on them. And I was gonna go ahead and, test this out. Someone threw me onto this. I started a game really quickly, and just to see how the beginning is, and just to see, some of the differences. They've done a lot of modifications. As you can see, it's highly modified. One of the first things you'll notice is that there are 15 starter planets, and I'm gonna just start on the temperate one. That was sort of easy, just because, all my difficulty settings are going to be set to medium. Keep inventory on death is nothing, although if you set it to regular medium, it says toolbar items only, which, this is something they recently added. I'm wondering if I should just do that and just keep toolbar items and have to go get my pack, but keep the items on my toolbar, because that kind of makes sense, I guess. I'm going to do that. Toolbar items only. See how I like it. If not, I'll just go back and change it so it drops everything on death. Hopefully I won't be doing a lot of dying, but they have upped the difficulties on all the enemies. So medium is, well, now hard, because the enemies actually think. They don't just shoot blindly at you and just ignore you when you disappear. They will follow you forever. And a lot of them are harder to kill too. But in any case, everything else is going to be on normal. All of these are going to be on true. For the developers of ReForged Eden, if you are watching this, which I doubt, but if you do, there is a way to set it so that these automatically start as true. And because you guys specifically say mass and volume and CPU points are supposed to be on for this scenario, you can just go ahead and set it so they don't have to add this every time. It's under the scenario default settings thing. I forget what the actual file is called. The scenario, the same thing that sets up what the difficulty settings are when they start. I can't remember what it's called, but like it's like default something. Anyway, somebody in the comments who knows what I'm talking about, put it down there. If not, I'll probably just throw it up when I edit this anyway. So in any case, yeah, you can set that up so that it defaults to all of these true, so that your players don't have to just come in and reset it every time. So in any case, let's go on and get into it. ReForged Eden Let's Play, random seed, set. Okay, now the galaxy, because this is Project Eden as well, the galaxy around here, the starter systems are set starter systems, but there are, the rest of the galaxy is random. The playfields, there's a lot of new planets, a lot of new everything, so that's going to be cool to explore things. ReForged Galaxy is something that basically modifies a lot of the rules, a lot of the weapons, a lot of everything, especially the CPU system. And I do and I don't like what they've done with the CPU system, just like I do and I don't like the standard CPU system. It's got its benefits and its penalties, and we'll go over that in the game. But largely, well, my largest build, even with the maximum thing in ReForged Eden, does not work unless you get the parts that you can only salvage from the legacy. So it has a 2% CPU in that instance. But that's because it's in ReForged Eden, the maximum that a CV can get to without those parts is I think, like 3 million or something, 2 or 3 million, whereas no, I think it's like, no, it's like 1 or 2 million, but that's more than enough for most things. But with the stuff you can salvage from alien things, it's unlimited, which is something that's not in, well, not in the same way. We'll go over all of this anyway. So new planets, POIs, weapons, items in the game, everything, lots of changes, lots of customization. We'll go over a lot of this in the game right at the start. So in any case, let's just go on and get into it. The easiest way to learn is by playing. So let's start the show. Alright, we are coming down in the crash site on Akua, which is our temperate starter, of course. And we're just going to land right down here. Now, I'm not going to be going through any storyline things because primarily it's got the basic storyline things plus a little extra. So, we've already gone through all the basic storyline things in the standard game. What I'm going to be doing is just playing it, as if the story didn't exist, and playing with the changes, things like that. So we're going to go through the emergency situation detected. Abort. That wasn't supposed to happen, I don't think, but did I start on the correct start? Difficulty, easy, temperate. Yeah, this is the right start. This is where I wanted to start. So, okay. I'm not going to do any of the tutorials, anything. I think the storyline does work right when you come down on this thing. It's just things are, a little more difficult because of the what it is. Okay, in any case, let's go ahead and start. We have no suit. We are injured. Let's just go ahead and I'll eat a few of these, get a little healing going. Okay, looking at our map, we are in the starter area, so we should be pretty okay to start with. There are a lot of plant protein things around here, and we've got wreckages to loot. Or to not loot in the instance of this one. So I think my first goal, of course, is to get a motorbike up and running. Let's throw this on number 9. Bing! As you can see, they added a little model thing for the detector, which is not, it's the old model for the texture tool. So there's that. Go ahead and just move all of our stuff down here like so. Okay, so one of the things you'll notice when we start, one of the more the moderate changes, I guess, is that when we start gathering, sorry, I will try to not jump like that. I know some of you don't like it. It is just a slight better on your stamina when you do that, when you're running. But I'm just going to walk and talk so I don't use stamina anyway. It's faster and all that. Okay, there is the grove. That is where I want to go. So there's a detector that they actually built into the survival tool as well as that. So I don't actually need that at all, I don't think. What if I drop this? Okay, I don't see the things on the map, so I can just keep this in my inventory to show me the things on the map, and then I can use that detector if I want. Resource drill. You'll notice that we get a lot more iron and such via that, and they have changed the starting reputations a little bit. We're already friendly with the Traders Guild. Great. We are unfriendly with the pirates, but only barely. So if we kill a few Xerax, yeah, actually no, we are almost hostile with them. Right, we're almost hostile with the pirates, which means we'd have to kill a lot to get that. We are hostile with Creel, but we're going to stay out of Creel territory, so they'll get unfriendly soon. And Xerax, we are still extremely hostile, and these two we're neutral with, like normal. And I don't know if this is a change that Empyrion made before I got onto this, or if this is the change that was made for Reforged Eden. I will have to check that out some other way. So what we're going to do, our first goal is to get a motorbike up and running, because I hate walking, I hate running, hate all this stuff. If I had a jetpack, I could and jump, but I mean, yeah. In any case, like I said, I'm going to try not jumping all the time, because I know some people don't like it, and it's really not that big of a deal. There's an unknown signal out here. Looks like a resource on the map, but I don't know. That I think is something Reforged Eden added, maybe. Yay, level 3, okay. Let's go ahead, miscellaneous, portable constructor, that's, you know, important, what we need. I should now be able to make the portable constructor. I only need one. And then once I get the portable constructor online, I should be able to get a motorbike online. So it's not that big of a deal. We do have a couple of resources in the area. We've got iron deposit and copper. That may be a silicon deposit that says unknown signal rather than resource. So maybe Reforged Eden changed that it says unknown signal. I don't know. Because I know the base game still says resource. In any case, let's go find some silicon. There's some right down there. I'll grab this iron as we're coming past it. And then once we get this silicon over here. Okay, we should... Oh, it did it. It lost some of it. Okay, there's a little more over here. Okay. And iron. Okay. That's not done yet. Let's grab the copper. It is a little cold for my liking. Just by a few degrees, like 2, I think. Let's take a look at the map again. Territory view is on. There are no... We're not in anyone's territory, and we're not near anyone's territory, so that's a good thing. Okay. Damaged hover bike. Very nice. That is definitely something I want to... Large wreckage and damaged hover bike. Definitely some things I want to get. So let's head over that way. What do I have the least of? Silicon. Alright, I think I'll leave everything else unless I find more silicon. And, well, we're close to good with that. So let's head over this way. And try to... I like this wreckage. I may end up turning this wreckage into my starter base, just to start with. Okay. We have a M5 pistol with some pistol rounds. Motorbike construction kit, lots of good things. But I am low on... Oh, yeah. Okay. Now that we have... Ah, okay. Let's throw that back in there. Pick this up. I'm going to put this down. Where's a good place to put it? Let's see. If I pull up this... How big? Large steel block. Okay, I can put this down there. Now give me those. Okay, now I can make the motorbike. Very nice. That will be handy while we are trying to repair this hover bike. And I tend to use the motorbike a lot more. There's the hover bike out there. All right, let's get back in here. Bike. I use the motorbike like all the time. At least early game. Even once I have a hover vessel, I quite often use this. Now, this, we are missing a fuel and generator, and I think that's it. Maybe a core as well. So, let's see. Anything in... level it out, yes. Anything in there? Ooh, that's nice. Alright, let's get back to our wreckage here. This large wreckage... I may just want to just make my own little home thing. I don't know. Okay, we want small fuel tank, basic generator. In order to do that, we need plastic tubes and carbon substrate. Plastic tubes are these, which were just called pipes in the other one. Plastic tubes. They've renamed some of the things in here. Oh, and you can make an oxygen canister. Nice. Purified water and carbon substrate. And it outputs one. Okay, well, at least you can make that. I don't think you can make that in the standard one. But we don't need to make that right now. Okay. Let's just see. Weaponry. Nitrocellulose. Okay, let's cut down a tree and get some rocks and see how that works. See what all we can make. I'm going to get this small tree because what they've done, they also made it so that the size of the tree, you see that gave me 5 logs. This one here should give me close to 10 or more, I would say, because it's a larger tree. And if I'm not mistaken, they made it so that larger trees, 12 logs. Larger trees give you larger amounts of wood. So having a wood harvester is actually a really good thing. Let's throw that in there. That gives a little bit of what I can make. There's a lot of good things out here. A lot of good rocks and such. Resources. And they've upped the resource output of the little nodules here, but they made it so that ground-based deposits, like actual deposits like these, are actually a lot further down. So it's actually less beneficial to get those by hand and more beneficial to get those using a hover vessel with a drill or small vessel with a drill or something like that. Let's get some rocks from here. Okay. That's a good amount of rocks. Where's my thing over here? Because in reality, running isn't really any faster than run jumping. It just saves a lot of stamina to jump, as long as you take your button off of the run button, your finger off of the run button. Okay, generator and fuel tank is what I need, and then I will need some fuel. That in, yes. It says 20 plant fibers. Each. Oh, output 32 per log now. They've changed like some of the outputs, some of the resource requirements, a lot of stuff. With the CPU, they made it so that just like hull blocks don't use any CPU, but devices use a bit more based on the realistic output of the device. So let's go ahead, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and make 3 more of these to put there. I do think I am going to try to turn this little thing into a base. And then once we get all these going, we should be able to start working on... I'm going to try to find a better place for a base. Maybe try to recover another POI, but only after we get the hover bike up and running. I think the hover bike is the last thing we're going to be doing today, though, because, I mean, just getting started, you know, we've got, you know, we've got a lot of stuff to get through, and a few of the things I can go ahead and show you. Other than that, if you look at the tech tree, you can see some of the changes. They brought back the oxygen refinery and the hydrogen or oxygen-hydrogen generators and renamed them. Made them more sense. I like that. I don't like having to make oxygen and hydrogen things in my constructor. I'm glad you can, but I don't like having to. They have... Just starting looking at the base. Let's see. What changes, apart from renaming things, because it's like generator, large generator, advanced generator. Makes sense. The basic extender. Each extender for the CPU gives you a set amount of output bonus. However, you can add all of them together. Like if you have the basic and 2 regular CPU extenders, and then you can have 5 of these, as you can see. If you have all of those, then you have your maximum before looting things, because you can loot well, I forget what they call them. There's a type of CPU that you can just add indefinitely, and that will you know, make it where you have unlimited CPU on your thing. They haven't really added a whole lot to the bases. They did add, for the small vessel, a bomb launcher, which I would love to try out. They added the triage or trauma station, which was called the health station before, to the small vessel. Love that they did that. They added turrets. Where are the turrets? Here. Minigun turrets, pulse laser turrets, and plasma turrets. They added these to the small vessel so that you can do all those, including the collapsible versions. Come on, Elion, keep up. The hover vessel, of course, has its same things, but the pulse laser turrets use a different model than in Empyrion, but don't have a collapsible version than in regular Empyrion. In fact, I don't think there are pulse laser turrets and I don't think there are pulse laser turrets on a small vessel or hover vessel in Empyrion. It just goes minigun, plasma, artillery, rocket turrets, missile turrets. There we go. And so for the hover cannon, they added the rocket launcher and the guided missile launcher, as well as the plasma cannon that you can add to hover vessels as well. They added a larger turbo thruster for the thing, which is changed from the jet thrust name to, they actually named things to sort of make sense. What else did they add to things? There's an advanced warp drive that once you learn, you can upgrade a... It looks like you can upgrade the regular warp, or the capital vessel warp drive, and the small vessel warp drive, because when you mouse over it, it says it upgrades to advanced warp drive. I don't know if that's a mistake on the small vessel part or not. I'm gonna find out though. But what it does is it makes it where you can warp further. Because normally you can only warp up to 30 light 30 light years with the regular warp drive on the capital vessel. The advanced warp drive, I think it makes it where you can warp up to 50, but it might be higher. I don't know because I haven't tried it yet. Lots of things we're going to want to try. You'll notice the advanced CPUs or advanced RCS's CPU is way down from 1.5 million to 40,000. Very nice, very nice. Thank you very much. This one is about the same, around 20,000. What else did they add? I think that's it. The major thing that they have changed is in the weapons. As you can see, weapon names and such are so different. They've got grenade launchers, flamethrowers. You can actually craft medium armor and improved light armor. And there's an improved version of medium armor and heavy armor that make things even better. The boosters for these come in various, like in regular or advanced. There's a whole lot of things. They brought back the mechanical drill. Thank you very much. I don't know exactly what the difference between this drill and that drill is going to be. We can find out. In fact, let's just go ahead and learn the mechanical drill. Why not? Under miscellaneous, I think the only thing they changed in here are those two, which, you know, is fine. So, those are all like the stuff that you can, the changes they made. They made changes to what can build what. Let's see, assault rifle, shotgun. And I don't remember what else they've changed. We'll go through changes as we see them. But in any case, let's go ahead, get this hover vessel online. Grab that. Let's go ahead and do, if that's 4. 4 makes 124, which means I can make 6 of these. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Do that. That. And that. Let's go ahead and throw this back in there. Grab these. And I really ought to wait on at least one fuel to get done to bring the hover vessel back. Oh, let me bring the core with me. That's going to be a good idea. So I can bring the hover vessel back to the base. Okay. Grab that. Come on over here. There we go. Now, for the core, maybe there's already a core. There is already a core. Okay, I guess we just have to add generator and fuel tank, like so. Throw that in there, power it on. Change it from public to private because, you know, it's my thing now. And come on over here. And let's just go ahead and get you inside. Come on, what's the issue? There we go. Power off. Haha. And this is going to be our buddy from now on. I am going to be making heavy modifications to this. This is the basic start thing. I may, in fact, I may just go ahead and try to get stuff for a hover vessel blueprint. But I know you guys like me building things, and I was considering just going ahead and building a line of things for REFORGED Eden. I have gone ahead and updated a few of my ARV blueprints for it. I have not uploaded the modified ones to the workshop yet, but that is something that is going to be done in the future. Is I'm going to upload my ARV line. Anything that is non-ARV compliant that makes the CPU go down, I'm going to modify, basically add a couple more CPU things, and then upload them. But in any case, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button for me. And if you want to see more Empyrion Galactic Survival Reforged Eden, go ahead and subscribe. I'm KnowItAllDM, and as always, y'all have a good day now.